like it. Don't like the Streamlabs. I dropped it down. Streamlabs moving side to side. It is 7 minutes after 6 o'clock. Los Angeles time. It's ready for the neighborhood show. A version of the bottom of the class. We got some bottom of the class stage show at the first half. And then we have some neighborhood show on the second half. And I'm just too lazy to switch all the screens.
Mike is buzzing bad.
Mike is buzzing bad.
Danny H is reported in. A lot of reverb.
How about now? Is the mic still buzzing bad? Dom 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 dom. Microphone. Check. How we doing now? How's everybody sounding now? We good now?
Yep.
All right. I plugged it in. I plugged it back in and plugged it in again. Bump. What I'm trying to say is that the first half of the show will be a Bottom of Glass Nation show. The second half of the show will be a neighborhood show. We got some call-in. We got some trivia. We got some prizes. And you can win them all. Now, Gen X Mom, say hello to everybody. Let them know you're here.
Hello, everyone.
Can't put her on screen, though. Too pretty. Making me look bad. I can turn the handsomeness all the way up to 9.5. And she can have her queen status at 3. She's still the shining star. I can't compete. And the older I get, the worse it looks on me. I'm telling you. I don't wear the gray as nicely as everybody else. Yes, so this is going to, a couple things that bring in there. Let me start with this. We have to go at the beginning. Everybody needs to raise a glass. Now, I have something I have to do tomorrow morning, so I can't drink a lot with you guys tonight. However, we can all raise a glass. See the shot glass right there filled with whiskey? Well, it was, but you can't leave a full shot of whiskey around the Sun Valley Fox for very long. No. You leave any whiskey around my brother-in-law, it's gone. It can be on the table, and you look away and come back, and the shot's empty, and he's the only one standing there, and you go, what'd you do to my drink? Sun Valley Fox will look at you and go, wait, me? I didn't. What'd you say? And you say, well, what'd you say? He said, I didn't say anything. You said, and then you could say, no, I said you took my drink. He said, what drink you took? That's what is the only one there. As the only dude around, it's gone. You do not leave open Pendleton anywhere near the Sun Valley Fox. That's rule number 1. I think we should all go with that. But in this particular case, the shot glass is for you. It's for me. BOTGN on the shot glass, Bottom of the Glass Nation show. That's what we are. We're a bunch of extras. We are part of the Bottom of the Glass Nation. You are, I am, he is, and so is that glass. And the sun is setting around the mountains around South Lake Tahoe. What a beautiful scene. You drink to yours, I'll drink to mine. Let's kick this pig. Gen X Mom.
We already have a guest on the $2 hoe on YouTube.
Can we hang on a second? I'm not done drinking with my friends yet. I haven't even started drinking with my friends. God. All right, let's go to the side. Hey, you're on location in Disneyland.
The happiest place on earth.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not allowed. It's a family show, so I can't say what is, but it's close.
Oh, okay.
All right. So who do we have? We only have. It didn't change.
What?
Who's the guess? Who's guessing what for the jar?
Shoeless one.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Guessing
Yeah.
Mike Perkins.
Yeah, that was last week.
So
it's wrong. Hold on. I'm changing it right. It should have been changed already. It glitched.
Okay.
Let me look again. Changing it. You get no points for last week, my fine feathered friend, Shoeless Joe Jackson. I found out that motherfucker is everywhere, and let me tell you how I know. All right, we're trying for a new $2 hoa. $2 hoa. Let me see if I can empty that jar. Dump jar. Whoa, how do I empty the jar? Empty the jar. How about I hit the button that says...
Wow, you are having a bad night tonight.
I'm a little confused. All right, the jar is empty. We're going to try this again. Big Mike Perkins has been erased and deleted.
Oh.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Deleted at the hoe.
Yeah.
Deleted as the hoe. Say that fast. Deleted as the hoe.
Big Mike Perkins, you ain't the hoe tonight. you ain't the hoe. So listen... So speaking of Shoeless Joe Jackson, so you and I we're doing memes and stuff. We're helping the kid out, helping the channel, the brand. We're putting up stuff on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
And about 10 or 12 hours after I think I put one up last night, crashed out. This morning, Shoeless Joe Jackson is DMing me in Discord. I'm getting a message. He goes, and he was being sincere. He goes, well, that post you put up last night really stirred the hornet's nest, didn't it? Now, You know, when we post stuff, we don't want to stir a hornet's nest.
No.
We don't want to get Facebook and Instagram
No,
going.
I'm trying to work with Facebook right now. I don't need your problems.
Yeah, and I'm running around kicking you in the balls as you're doing it. So I race over, like, well, what post and where? And he tells me, and I go look it up. And do you? I should have had a picture of this, and I didn't. You know what? I do have a picture of this. Do you remember the Atari 2600?
I do.
Okay, so the Atari 2600. Every now and then, people, myself included, what we do is we find a way to include. You can bring a game from the past and make a funny reference to today's culture. That's all I did. I'm going to find that for you. I'm going to bring it up for you guys right now. I'm going to have to get a vote from I'm going to present this to the jury and see if I can't get a vote on it because, yeah, I got my ass kicked. Here it is right here. So
wow.
Send it. I thought it was funny.
Okay.
But Shoeless caught on. He's like, yeah, there's some people that aren't thinking that's so funny, General.
Uh-oh.
I was like, well, they're dicks. But then again, I know you're working with them to do this stuff. So let me...
I'm spending hours with
I know.
Facebook.
You've been
hours.
5 hours on the phone yesterday with working with them. Let me switch over to the drag and drop section of the program. Let me drag this in. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to tell me if this is a bad meme, a bad picture. This is what we did. Remember the game Pitfall where you're kind of swinging on vines, you're jumping over pits and it's like an Indiana Jones, but it's called Pitfall. And so there was one screenshot of a guy jumping over alligators, and if you don't grab the vine and you jump and you land on the alligator, you die. Like if their mouth is closed.
Yeah.
So it says illegal alien attempts to escape alligator Alcatraz. Okay.
That's borderline.
I thought that was funny. I want to say 65% of the people on Instagram, all of on Instagram were fine. And Facebook personal was fine. Facebook Blue, not so much. Facebook Blue took the political triggered point of view. And they're like, you can't say that. That's horrible. You want them to be eaten by alligators. But don't worry. What else happens when you do that is you get people running to your defense.
Yes.
So there was a bunch of girls in there. You can't do that. It's horrible what's happening down there. One guy wrote, what's happening? Did anybody get eaten yet? And if they did, they escaped. Why were they escaping? And she says, you just shouldn't do that to anybody. And some other woman writes in, yes, because they're also such wonderful people. One guy wrote, hey, they had their chance to self-deport. They didn't self-deport. Now they're here. There was a lot of people defending as there was attacking, but Shoeless Joe Jackson was right. I go, how the fuck did you notice it? He goes, this is a quote from Shoeless. You may not know that I'm around. You may not see me, but I'm everywhere.
You know what Shoeless one just posted? He goes, I thought it was fucking hilarious. Did you see my response to your reply, LOL?
In there, I might have missed it. I've been dancing around there, Shoeless, but he brought this. I just thought I'd share it with you guys.
Yeah.
This was the only one out of the past 200 or so that we've had a controversy over. I should have said a person attempting to escape. I'm sorry. Would they have been offended if I would have said one of the guards leaving his shift, trying to get to his car in the parking lot? Would that have been okay? Can that person get eaten by an alligator? I don't know. Okay. I'm just letting you. Hang on there. Did you drag and drop? There's a true drag and drop section tonight. Anyway, so I submit.
Josh D just said, I guess we shouldn't use razor wire around prisons either. They might get hurt escaping from that too.
They might get hurt. Yeah. See, Josh is right. You can't fuck around like that. I think if we're going to entrap prisoners in a prison, I think we should use flowers. No roses. No, might get hurt. Might get a little prickly there. No. I think it would be safe to say that we should guard them with flowers and put up daisies, walls of orchids and things.
Wow.
Keep them in. I think it's just very polite about how we do this thing around. But we're a wonderful country.
When did we start making prison just an amazing place to go visit? Stay.
I don't know.
Like a hotel.
It is. Something. It kind of is. All right. So is there anything else between the sheets before I go?
Let me go see.
It is still. Look at that.
Chris,
It's still Mike Perkins.
I'm sorry. Christina Dvorak over on YouTube gave $2. Good evening, handsome general and beautiful mom.
Where has she been?
Insurmountable Cali Cat is telling you it's still Mike Perkins.
Yeah, I knew that. God damn. I'm changing it. What do you want me to do? Let's change it again. Okay, we'll try it one more time.
Star Roberts just gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships to start the night tonight. That's part of it is all you, babe.
Well, it would be all me. Let's see. I'm refreshing the screen right here, checking Streamlabs, and it shows that it's changed. It is a different person.
Hang out there.
No, it bothers me though. I'm doing my job here. I'm trying to make things better for everybody, and this Streamlabs is fucking with me. All right, so that's the last one. I'll try it one more time, and I'll empty the jar, and there we go. Okay, that's the last attempt, and then I'm just gonna have to say, fuck it. The world is working against me tonight. All right, so where was I? Bum, 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 bum. We're going back to the show. Alrighty. Bum, bum, bum. So yeah, we're gonna go away from the split screen, which is where the Queen and I are hanging out. And we will go into we will go into the drag and drop section because I'm behind, man. I've got stuff to talk about. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K, and Shoeless Joe Jackson interrupted the goddamn fucking program. There we go. Now you see why I like this part of the program here. You're beneath me. You're right underneath me, which truthfully, that's where you should be.
Actually, it should be the other way around.
Yeah,
I'm the queen. You're the general.
Yeah, I was purely a sexual reference.
Of course
sorry.
It was.
I'm sorry. Did I get that wrong again? I hate when I do that. All right. So I do have some sad news.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you heard because this news probably didn't hit X.
Yes.
Tell me.
They're going to fill it in. They're taking it away.
The Liberty
no
Bell.
more Tom Sawyer's Island.
Liberty Bell in Disney World. Not Disneyland. This is in Disney World. So I'm kind of okay with that. If you guys want to fuck up the East Coast, you do it all you want. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but they have the good castle.
Oh, yeah.
Their castle is ginormous.
And whose castle is that?
That's Cinderella.
See, it's still Mike Perkins. I can't help you guys. Sorry. Cinderella's. What do we have? Disney.
We have Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Aurora.
That's her name?
Aurora.
Wow. What's Cinderella's name?
Cindy.
So here's the deal. If you didn't hear, the Liberty Bell, Belle, made its last public tour around Tom Sawyer's Island, and I can't believe they're actually going to fill it in. I know they're going to fill it in with a park. It really looks good.
I think they're putting in a Lightning McQueen ride, Cars ride.
Cars, yeah. There's a Cars. Well, it's an entire land.
Yeah,
it is a gigantic thing. It's a gigantic expansion. But here's what I get people like, well, nobody knows who Tom Sawyer is anymore. Nobody knows who Huck Finn is anymore. Nobody cares about, Liberty Bell, the paddle wheels of the Mississippi. So nobody's
reading Mark Twain anymore?
Or they don't even care about the paddle wheels of up and down the Mississippi River.
Mark Twain should be
required
in high school to read.
Here's what I don't understand. Just the aesthetic around the park. When you're walking around and there's all that water, and it's a refreshing sight, and there's an island, and there's river boats, and I don't know if they still do the canoes. Remember the Indian canoes they used to do? You could paddle a canoe around, 2 canoes could go around and then you got the steamboat. Even if it's nothing, it's not a ride. It's just background. So what?
It's supposed to be taking you back in time.
Right. And
it's taking you to a different.
But this whole thing is just when you walk, I don't care if it was just a lake. Fine, put a lake. Why not? You walk out. Oh, that's refreshing. Now, maybe it's not as refreshing in Florida. Maybe you guys got lakes and bogs and swamps everywhere and nobody gives a shit. But in Anaheim, a big lake is pretty special in Anaheim. I got to tell you.
Yeah, it is.
It's different than, just being near the ocean. A big lake, walking through Disneyland and coming through, Frontierland, and you're in New Orleans Square and there's a big, huge lake. It's
beautiful.
Oh, it's
really nice to just sit there.
Right. So, if you fuckers are going to fuck up your end, go ahead. But here's the deal. Let's see if I can find that one. There was one in here. Did I find that? Yeah, there's a picture of it. The proposal. Maybe I can make that bigger for you guys so you can see it. There's the lake on top. That's what it looks like right now. Lot of water. Tom Sawyer's Island. A lot of stuff there.
Oh my gosh, they're enclosing the whole
thing. They're covering it. They're filling it all in. Now, one of the drawings showed some really long, complicated tunnel cars ride that kind of went all over the land. All right, I'm fine with that, but I'm just saying as far as aesthetics go, it's a big thing to me to have it missing. That's all I'm getting at here. I wanted to try to do something here if I could. And I want to see. This is a picture of Disney Kid. I'm going to grab my headphones. You can grab yours and see if they work. He doesn't know I'm doing this. Disney Kid's on staff here. His name is Disney Kid for a reason. Okay. I can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try to call Disney Kid on staff.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to ask him a question that I'm not going to give him enough time to look up an answer to.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to look up something. And if he's close, I'm going to give him a prize from our store that he wants, but he keeps going, I can't afford it. I can't spend the money. And I'm going to send it to him. So we're going to try something right here. We're going to try to see if we can call Disney Kid. It would really help if Disney Kid just called me. Disney Kid, call the Gen X Talks phone, please. Don't. Let's see. Because I don't want to go looking for his number. He can just call me and then I'll know who he is. But I have a question here. Come on, Disney Kid.
Hello.
Give a call, buddy.
Where are you?
Come on. He's not even on staff tonight, is he? He's not even doing it. He's watching TV. He's in there watching Star Wars for the third time today. I don't see him in here. Come on now. He's going to miss his chance if he doesn't fucking call in a second. I'm going to hang up. He's going to miss his goddamn chance.
Uh-oh.
Disney Kid, you're not fired, but you're definitely going to miss your opportunity for something cool here. I don't know his number. And he's not calling. He was just refusing to call.
Let me see if I've got it.
Well, you can't tell it to me.
No shit, Sherlock.
Okay. Well, Disney Kid did not.
You ready?
Oh, there he goes. Finally.
Ugh.
Hello, Disney Kid. Are you there?
I'm here, General.
What the fuck took you so long to call?
Well, you see, I had to get everything ready in YouTube, make sure I had my stuff up there, and go through and find the number because I have a million phone numbers in my phone.
And a chocolate cake.
This is what happened. Yeah, he's trying to eat chocolate cake. This is what happens when you try to moderate from your phone. All of a sudden, things become complicated. Not a smart choice, Disney Kid. You should have been on your computer, buddy. I don't know if you want to.
On my computer. That's the funny part.
There's nothing funny about it. When I say call, you got to call. You're making me look bad in front of my friends.
I am so sorry, sir. I apologize in front of everyone. The 3-part apology. You are the greatest general ever.
Thank you. Now we can get on with the program. This call was actually going to go to Donna. But I texted her and I said, can I call you tonight during the show for a question? St. Donna did not return my text.
She's at the farmer's market where I would love to be on a Tuesday night, but I can't be there.
Wow. I didn't even hear about that till now.
And I'm sitting here with a smile on my face.
Barely. Good God. All right. So Disney Kid, I'm going to do 2 things here. We're going to do you get the St. Donna question and you also get your own questions. Let's take the St. Donna question first. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Let me see if we can find it.
Oh, I'm tired. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm yawning already.
You are. That's one. Disney Kid, do you remember how they used to sell tickets like 40 years ago? It wasn't just one big park ticket, do what
40.
you want. And there wasn't fast passes or lightning passes. There was none of that. Do you remember how they used to sell tickets back then?
Honestly, no, because 40 years ago, I was only about 8 years old.
Well, they did it 30 years ago, too.
We have a pack somewhere.
Yeah.
I've only been going for 11 years.
Well, then the picture that's going up on the screen is going to be a little bit befuddling in here. And it is a book of tickets for anybody that's old school. Some of you can raise your hand if you've actually seen these. They used to, I have
seen those.
When you get to the park, you would buy a book of tickets.
Yes.
And there was different classifications for different tickets for different rides and stuff like that. Chris, do you know what the best ticket was?
I believe it was the e-ticket was the best ticket.
You are correct.
That's right.
And for many years around society, some would say, how was it? You go test drive that Mustang? Yeah, that was an e-ticket ride. Why would you call it an e-ticket ride? Because that's what they did back then. It was an we would say things that were really fun. Like that was an e-ticket ride because it was, and guess what? You always ran out of e-tickets and you got stuck with A's. Then you go up to your parents and they're like, can can I get an E ticket, please? And then you could go on Space Mountain, or you could do something fun, because the A tickets were like the teacups and the train that went around the
Casey Jr. train.
Casey Jr. was in there.
Remember, Disneyland and Disney World, they have different rides.
The Dumbo ride was an A ticket
rides
ride.
that people don't want to be on.
True. That is true.
Yeah, but you know when you go on those is when the park is really crowded and there's too many people in line. You're like, fuck it, I'm going on Peter Pan. I loved Peter Pan, by the way.
Because no one's on it.
You know, I will disclose something for you before we continue. My 2 favorite locations in Disneyland, the 2 favorite spots that I just take a moment and freeze frame in my brain. One, Pirates of the Caribbean, when you first take off in the boat, just at the very beginning. You're going around the Blue Bayou restaurant. It's to your right, and to your left is the swamp. And then that old
Fireflies.
That old fireflies, right? And it's blue in the background.
Yes.
And the old cabin shows up, and there's the guy in the rocking chair and the fireflies. That moment just sent shivers through me in a good way when I was like 7 years old. And it stuck with me. So every time I went on that and I just passed that point, same shivers. It did it to me at 7, and every time since. That's one.
It does it every single day.
Here's the other one.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Peter Pan ride.
I love the Peter
And
Pan.
everyone makes fun of me for this, but when you're on the Peter Pan ride and you turn and you look down at the entire island and the waterfall is flowing, and you can go, oh my God, I get it. There's the tree house, and there's the boat, and there's the lagoon, and you can see it all, and it's at night, and again, it's all the trees are illuminated, and it just looks, and that same weird tingling thing when I was 7, went back at 22, 33, it doesn't matter. When I go there, those 2 spots in Disneyland knock me back to 7 years old every time.
That's cool.
If I had a good lithograph of both of those things, I'd put them up in the studio. Just small ones, I'd put them up, because those 2 things are the biggest part for me.
That's
for
cool.
some reason of Disneyland growing up. Okay. All right, Disney Kid, this is where we get to do a little bit of something, and we're going to see. I need to know in description, because I got to look this up online to see if you're right. Okay, I need you to tell me what is the most prized Disney collectible you own. You got to describe it to me so I can look it up. That's the first part. What is it? What is your most expensive or your most precious prized Disney collectible? Because you got more Disney shit than any 3 people I know. What is it?
Okay, it's a music box. It is actually one that has a tune in it that even the people at Disney don't know what the musical tune is that's in this music box.
And how would I look it up online? What would I call it?
Well, it would be, you'd look up under Reba Brothers. It was the Walt Disney World with Sorcerer Mickey music box.
Okay, he's looking it up.
All right, because here comes part 2.
I'm actually holding it in my hand right now.
Okay. Well, okay, if you've got it, can you take a picture and send it to the Gen X Talks phone so I get it right? Because this is where you win something. Yep, go ahead. Now, what we're going to do, I can't tell Chris what we're going to do because I don't want Disney Kid to go look it up. I'm going to ask him something after I see it. I got to make sure I got the right one. He'll send it to me on my phone, and I'll post it for you guys real quick. So stand by. This is a quick way to do it. If he can actually, I don't know. Last time I asked him to get on the phone while he was doing other things, he about had a conniption fit. Cali Cat had to run in there and give him his stroke medication to get him back on track. We'll have to see if this throws him for a loop or not.
Well, while he's sending it, Christina Dvorak for $2 said, "Hope you are doing good. Missed you." Chris Co. Gifted 1 membership.
Thank you,
Shoeless
Chris.
1 member for 33 months. I've always said, fuck them. If they can't take a joke, if they don't like that, fuck them twice. And the Shoeless 1 gifted 10 Gen X Talks memberships on YouTube tonight.
Who did? 10 memberships?
Yes.
Who?
Shoeless.
Shoeless 1 did. Wow, way to step it up there. My man. That's going to be really good because everybody who just got a free membership, what you can do is after the show's over, go to the YouTube community section. There's a post section, and you can look back 4.5 years of behind-the-scenes stuff that's members only. And it's a lot of good stuff in there, but you got to be a member to go look it up. You guys just all got free memberships tonight. Now, how much longer can I keep stalling waiting for Disney Kid to send a fucking picture?
I just sent a picture, and it says it was sent.
Where'd you send it? Did you send it personally in Telegram, right?
I mean, if you want, I can send a Telegram because I just sent it through.
Just put
I
it
have
in,
it on my phone listed as KGXT General. So
just put it into Telegram so I
just
can
got
take it out.
Personal
yes,
text.
sir, right away, sir.
Yeah.
A personal text
Hold
from the
on.
Sun Valley Fox to the Disney Kid.
Now wait a minute.
The Sun Valley Fox.
Wait. Is the Sun Valley Fox home in St. Donna's how did he do that?
I don't know.
How does he not have to go to these things? My fat ass gets drug around. I got to carry all your shit.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it says, "Hi sis, tell Disney Kid I'll see him in Cleveland. He will understand. Good to hear him."
I don't fucking know what that means.
I don't know what it means,
Still
but he's
waiting
laughing.
still waiting for a picture
I
in
know what it
Telegram.
means.
Telegram picture. Still waiting for a Telegram picture.
Well, it's saying it's sending.
Yeah.
Sending
My
or sent?
God.
This way here. We're gonna
Okay.
try something really.
Let's have the squirrels run a little faster on your end.
Oh my goodness.
This segment is turning out longer than it needed to be by a lot. All right, there's the picture. All right, let me drag it off here. Let's pull it back up. Now let's let everybody see what we've been gawking over. All right, so this is your most prized possession. All right, so what I need to do is I'm going to open this back up. Let me do it all over again because that's the kind of guy I am. And we'll go Disney Sorcerer Mickey Box. You know what? I can't play the second part of this game if I can't find a picture of your box and it's not even listed. Google doesn't even know what it is.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
Let me see if I can find it.
Walt Disney World. Well, I'll tell you what. That ruins the show. Let's just call it a night because I just fucked up the whole damn thing by not being able to find the goddamn picture of it. There's nothing out there. There's no. It's not even there. I'm looking at 10,000 images. It doesn't even come close. Oh.
Where'd you buy it, or do you know where it came from, or?
Yeah, the Crystal Creations shop inside the Magic Kingdom at Disney World.
Okay. Crystal Creation Shop.
All right. So Disney Kid, that kind of ruins the second half of this because what I was going to do, which I can no longer do, was I was going to look up the value of that, what the price would be. Like, if you were to buy it today, eBay or, something like some collector's site. And if you actually knew the value of it and got it to the dollar, I was going to send you something. But I don't know what that amount is.
Well, if it's not on here, that's a pretty big.
It's a rare piece. Yeah. So, Disney Kid, thanks for playing along. The bad news is you don't get shit. Not even a goddamn whiff. Nothing.
Wow, rude.
Well, okay, so your trained broadcast professional is 0 for 1 right now. I'm going to have to try to redeem myself by the end of the show.
All right, Christopher Seavick for $10 on YouTube. This is for Briggs for making the funniest meme earlier today. Do not remove him from your will for doing it.
That shitty one I found out about it, the one with my face where I'm 35, bullshit. Hey, Disney Kid, I got to hang up on you, buddy. Get back to doing your job. I don't know what the fuck you're doing hanging out talking to me, goddammit. There's work to do.
You know what? I'm going to get back to work.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Disney Kid. Boy, okay, I'm 0 for 1 on that one.
Yeah, Spot and Stock You is member for 8 months tonight on YouTube.
You know, who said that about the meme? That now people are going to go look that shit up because
Christopher Seavick did.
What a dick. Christopher Seavick. You got to go, buddy. Now people are going to go look up that picture of me and see what you're talking about. But yeah.
Sovereign Fighter for $5 on YouTube. At Disneyland, the Otter had a band. What was the name of that band? I can't remember, and it will drive me crazy until
Otter had a band?
Yeah.
At what Otter? I don't even know the Otter. How can I help?
Disney, unless he misspelled it.
No, it's probably didn't misspell the word otter, I wouldn't think.
Or was he trying to say another word? At Disneyland, the Otter had a band.
What Otter?
What was the name of that band?
The fuck is he talking about? All right, look, we got to get down to the program here. If something comes up on that, let me know. Just don't burst out there. All right. A couple things to get out of the way before we get to the fun part of the program. Stand by. Let's see. If you guys didn't get notified, please join Patreon. Good moderators can put the link up for you right now. Patreon is the only way we can let you know what we're doing. There are a lot of things coming up in Gen X Talks starting today. A lot of things every day. There's almost a show every single day, all the way through Sunday, and sometimes there's 2 a day. So the only way we can tell you is if we send you an email. So it's $1 join. Making an announcement tomorrow. We're making a video announcement. We're going over to the Foxhole Studios, and we're filming. Hey, come to our barbecue. Hey, meet and greet. We make the mistake of not doing that. We're doing that this year, and then the finish selling out. They're already selling now, but they're going to finish once we put the video out everywhere, including TikTok and Clapper. You know, it doesn't take long for 50 people to buy the rest of those tickets. So if you don't have one, get one now, or you're not going. Don't forget the podcast is coming up Thursday mornings, KGXT Radio at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Los Angeles time. You get to listen to my wife kick the shit out of me for a full hour. Don't forget that. If you don't catch it live on Thursday, it drops Friday mornings. Check the website. You can see what's going on. All right. Dome side by side again, just so you can see how beautiful my wife is. Now we go back to the drag and drop section of the program.
Stand by. Do not drag and drop. We are buffering. They can hear you, but we are buffering.
You gotta fucking be kidding me.
No joke. So stand by. They can hear you.
Standing by. Oh yeah, it stopped on Patreon, so I can see it buffering from here.
Okay. Sometimes they can still hear you, and this is just not a good night.
No, I'm going to be 0 for 2, and this one's not even my freaking fault, man. 0 for 2, 0 for 2, 0 for 2.
It's cool in here.
Yeah, it's nice and cool in here. We have no problems on our end. I still think it's a Streamlabs problem, but we're 0 for 2, and we're still going. It's still buffering. I can see it. Strolling. Keep them. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to go over to here for a moment. Yep, there we go. All right, so let's just let you guys know we're back, and if it buffers again like that, I'm going to shut it down and restart it. So just come right back. I'm going to restart the stream. If it does it one more time like that, if you guys tell me it's buffering bad, we're going to do it one more time and restart it. Looks like the $2 whore finally got changed during all the confusion. At least Streamlabs got that part right. I couldn't reset it, and now it does it. So let me go back. Where was I here? We had the Big Daddy page. I can show you one more time because at the request, make sure we guys, the meet and greet live in person in the Reno, Nevada area. We're going to make a video about it tomorrow. That means we're going to put it out, and every platform is going to go, oh my gosh, they're going, we can meet them live and in person and have some food, and then tickets are going to be gone. So moderators can put up the link right now, but this is the last time. Once it goes public, where we actually put a video out, a short, which the kid's got one for tomorrow. He wants to ask me some questions and do some stuff, incorporate it. Good. Once it's out there, that's when the tickets sell out. They're all gone because people don't know we're showing. They're like, oh my God, yeah, you guys, you're going to be in Reno? Yeah, I can totally get there. So you get your ticket now, because then you're going to ask me about it later, and I'm going to tell you there's nothing I can do. But that's what you want to do, is get your tickets and show up. All right. Are we still okay? Are we still looking good? Yep. Are you watching clear? Are we happy?
Yep.
All right. One more time. Good. Oh, look at that. There's my wife. All right. We're done with that. All right. So we're moving on to doing a couple more things to get out of the way, just on a topic because you guys have asked, and it was something you asked me about.
What's that?
The America Party by Elon.
Oh, yeah.
This is my consensus, and now I've heard a couple people bring it up too, so I think I'm on the right track. It doesn't, just real quick, it doesn't seem like the America Party, Elon's, I'm sick of all this shit. I'm going to be the America Party. We're going to back the America Party. Going to have a third party. I don't think so. I don't think it's really a third party, because they have, the America Party has one goal in mind. Reduce the deficit, quit overspending, budget, money. That's their thing. Okay.
That's what they're going to run on.
Yeah, that's their big thing, is like, we're going to get candidates that agree to go in and reduce the spending, go in, reduce the deficit. That's it. Okay, great goal. But a whole nother party?
People are saying no sound. Hold on.
There is sound. There is absolutely sound.
Muted staff, can we...
No. Sound is going through everywhere.
All right.
Sound is going through everywhere.
Okay.
So I don't think it's another party. It's kind of like, you guys remember the Tea Party movement from 30 years ago? The Tea Party movement was just a very focused group of Republicans. They wanted some certain things done. And they were the Tea Party movement, but they were inside the Republican Party. I would guess the America Party is just going to put up candidates that are focused on, just...
Balancing the budget,
yeah. Whether it's a Democrat or Republican, I don't think anybody's going to care. I don't think they're going to care. They'll put them up wherever they think they can win. They just need the people, and that's it. I think as you watch this develop, raising my hand right now, I'm going to say the America Party becomes more of an individual thing inside of the Democratic Party, inside of the Republican Party. These are America Party candidates. That's the way I think that's going to go. You asked me about it. A bunch of people asked me to do that in the World Show. Maybe we'll get into a little bit more, but just give you guys a heads up. That's the direction I'm thinking. Also, Briggs filmed one of his shorts, one of his ambush videos, but he didn't post it yet, so he may still edit it. He may not use it.
Well, he came home today. He's been busy.
Yeah, but he asked me about Epstein.
Oh.
He goes, because he says, Epstein, yesterday he goes, they came out and said, Dad, Epstein, that he did commit suicide, even though the FBI said their report said, no, he was murdered. And there's missing footage of the time he died. Then they said, yeah, there's no client list. There's no Epstein list. Everybody move on. And he asked me about it. And I only had one thought. Giselle Maxwell is in jail for 20 years, and she'll get out early, but she's in jail. She was sentenced to 20 years in jail, I think, in 2022. For what? Sex trafficking girls that really weren't there? To clients that didn't exist? I mean, shouldn't she be raising her hand and go, if there's no client list, then I want out of jail? If no one received... the sex trafficking. Now, this is just the way my dumb Gen X brain. I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. I'm Generation X. I guess I look at things very differently than everybody else. Because when they said, oh, there's no files, there's no list, there's no nothing, I'm like, well, then why is she in jail?
There you go.
She should say, oh, I agree. There was no girls, no prostitution, no trafficking, and there definitely wasn't any men on the other end of this to receive said girls. If that's what we're going with, then I want out of jail. And if you're going to keep her in jail, then who were these girls having sex with on the island? Because if you can't prove who they were having sex with, can you actually prove it happened? There's just, they got themselves, in my opinion, what do I know? They got themselves in a catch-22 right here. It's like, they ought to just go, yeah, you're right. We're sticking to our story. Sorry, we're letting you out of jail.
I haven't read up on that story. I've
never really followed it.
I'm not
So
either.
I don't know all the details. The common sense hit me like, well, why is she in jail then if nothing happened? Sorry. No list. No men on the island. No. All right, well then let her out of jail. I don't know. That's just what my brain works. So maybe if he edits that and uses it, you guys will get to see it. If not, then you don't. I got a problem here. I understand. See, I've been complaining about moving here ever since the Sun Valley Fox, your older brother. At first, I thought he lied.
About what?
No, there's no snow. There's no snow. It's fine. No snow. Then we see 6 and 8 foot tall snow markers on the side of the road. Clearly, the state of Nevada is wasting money putting those things out there, or your brother's full of shit.
Okay.
The next thing was, he's like, it's not that windy in Nevada. It's not that windy here in Minden. The next time I asked him, he was pulling on his hat so hard to keep it on because the wind was blowing. It was, no, there's not that much wind. It's fine. There's not a lot of wind here. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to think it's not his fault. I don't think he's lying. I think the weather here is so fucking unpredictably weird. He has no idea what to tell me. And here's why. I got an alert on my phone today.
Okay.
At 1:06.
All right.
I didn't see it till 1:11. So that's 5 minutes had gone by. And you know what it said? It said, don't worry, the rain should stop in Minden any minute now. Look on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1:11 when I took that picture. The alert was at 1:06. It said, don't worry, the rain should stop any moment. Fucking rain are they talking about? I haven't seen a cloud in the sky all day. Now I understand what's going on. I think your brother's in the boat of these weather people. It's like, well, I see something that could be, that feels like. I think your brother does this. You know what? I think a tornado's coming. And if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You blame it on the weather.
And he blames it on the pain in his knees. You know, the rain's coming when his knees hurt.
I'm just telling you that I get it. I think your brother is confused because he's been lied to. If they can tell me the rain's going to stop any minute and it's sunny outside, that's a look right outside my office.
All right.
I'm just saying there's some confusion going on here. Now, again, every now and then we pop up with a picture from the past. We've had so many things because we've moved, because we've gone over things, because we found things. This is one we found. I don't know why she wanted me to show you this. This is one. Briggs was, I guess, 1.5, 2 years old.
Yeah, something like that.
And he's helping me fix the fridge. Yep, that's Big Daddy, the general there, and that's Briggs when he was just knee high to a grasshopper. And I don't know why she wanted me to show you that, but I was fixing the water thing. I think I was fixing in the fridge.
I think so too.
I don't know why those are important. She just has me show them every now and then. You move along.
That was on our first house.
Yeah, so
that's going way back. That's going way back.
So here's another one, gentlemen, husbands and boyfriends. I've got something for you, and you're going to thank me. Okay, it's important. The Earth is going to spin much faster over the next few months, so there are several days that are going to get what it says is shorter.
Wow.
Now, July 9th, tomorrow is one of those days. August 22nd is one of those days. The day will be significantly shorter. Husbands and boyfriends, I'm giving this to you for free.
So we're spinning fast tomorrow.
We're spinning fast. Okay. Listen, if you've promised to do something with your wife or your girlfriend that you don't want to do, go someplace you don't want to go, be someplace you really don't want to be, like, I'll spend the day with you. Spend those 2 days with her. They're much shorter. Wow. You're going to get away clean. The sun goes down faster. The earth spins. It rotates. You get to go home. You see what I'm doing there for you? You see what I just did? There's more days than that, but July 9th, August 22nd, promise her you're going to hang out those days. Go for a walk those days. Go shopping those days. Have lunch on one of those days. They're shorter. You get to come home early. You're welcome, America and Denmark. I gave you that one for free. Around here, this trained broadcast professional gives, never takes. No. Now, there are strange things afoot at the Circle K, my fine feathered friends.
Well, I have a comment about the weather.
Comment about the weather. Go ahead.
Christine Matlock for $4.99 on YouTube says, if you want the truth about Nevada weather, ask a local, a native Nevadan. She will tell you the truth.
Your brother's been here 32 years. When does he become native? Does he have
She's talking about her.
I know. Does he have to die here? Does your brother have to die and have a gravestone? Then he becomes a Nevada?
Aren't we all transplants from somewhere? Like by family reasons?
Well, apparently not Christine Matlock. And I think that's just because she's married to Ben Matlock.
Okay. Never lost a case.
Never lost. You really have a hard time with that. Ben Matlock never lost a case. I think he'd stand up on the side of truth and justice in the American way. And he'd be on my side about this. Now, going back to what I said, strange things are afoot at the Circle K. After 50 long years, McDonald's just made a big announcement, and it all starts tomorrow morning. Now, you guys know I don't fall for this shit. You guys know
Yes, you did. You clicked the button.
I had to. Normally, I'm like, not swipe away, go on, do
We
shit.
know.
No, I had to do that. Well, it's McDonald's. I feel like I have some sort of a kinship with McDonald's, a long-standing relationship with McDonald's. Now, we've been estranged for about 6 months.
Yeah, you haven't been there for a while.
No, had some fries and a couple sips of a Coke, but that's all.
Oh, Christine goes, he loses cases at home. Ben Matlock.
Never lost a case. I don't want to get into that right now.
Okay.
We have a show coming up where Ben will be on the show and we'll ask him.
All right.
Okay, so I had to click on this. What is the big announcement? What is the big thing McDonald's is changing? Why the ominous-looking big golden arches penetrating the night sky?
Who did they join hands with?
Gen Z.
I had a feeling.
Gen Z has convinced them to change the Egg McMuffin.
What?
Gen Z has convinced them to change the Egg McMuffin.
How do you change to what?
I'm going to tell you. And they did two things to the Egg McMuffin.
They take the egg out?
That's just a McMuffin. No.
Just saying.
No. They already have the McMuffin. This is the Egg McMuffin. And
Okay.
I'm sorry. This is specifically the Sausage Egg McMuffin.
Okay, Gen Z.
Gen Z has petitioned and banged a drum so loud for so long, McDonald's is changing it. You can now get the Sausage Egg McMuffin with a spicy sausage.
Okay.
Or a spicy buffalo sauce, like a paste. That's their big announcement. I don't think it's that big of an announcement. I don't think it's that big a deal. My question was, okay, after reading this article, I said, do you still have the old style sausage McMuffin and egg? They said, well, yes. I said, then I don't give a shit. Not even worth my time. I wish I hadn't read the fucking article. But they said, McDonald's says, we are joining with Generation Z, who apparently likes all things spicy.
Okay.
Which I don't think they do. Gen Zers that go for the spicy anything.
Are they losing money, so they're trying to...
I don't know. But I'm just telling you, that's the big announcement. So if you like spicy stuff and you're into McDonald's breakfast, guess what happens starting tomorrow? Now you know.
Spicy.
Also, we did a movie poll. 264 movies were nominated on YouTube.
Wow.
Best movies of the 80s. And you guys all did the nominating. You guys all did the voting. So don't even look at me. I didn't change one goddamn thing. And this is how it came out, although that's the wrong picture, but it's the right. It just is an incomplete picture. I don't know why that picture's up there. Anyway, boy, I'm 0 for 3 now. I'm 0 for 3 as a trained broadcast professional. I'm fucking up this thing too. So there was over 700,000 votes.
Oh my goodness.
Almost 800,000 votes total on all of the rounds that we did on this. Full Metal Jacket was nominated or was voted the #1 movie of the 80s. I don't agree with that. I liked it. It was a good movie. I like Stanley Kubrick as a director, but #1, no. #2 was Back to the Future. #3 was Die Hard. #4 was The Terminator. #5 was Empire Strikes Back. And #6, as you can tell on the bottom, everybody who knows, that's Breakfast Club. If I had to use these top 6, I probably wouldn't disagree too much, although I think I'd have put Goonies in there before Full Metal Jacket, but that's me. But Full Metal Jacket, number one movie of the 80s as voted by you guys.
Interesting.
And like I said, almost 800,000 votes were cast to get to this point. And if your top 6, at least Back to the Future and Breakfast Club made the top 6. I was a little worried for a little bit there. Now, we did another one. I did this one I think it was even just today. And I put it up on every platform.
Okay.
And just before the show, I ran to all the platforms to see how the voting was going. Some of you in here have chimed in, and I'll ask you guys right now. Oh, wrong one. We just did that one. What's this one right here? Who did custom conversion vans better? The 70s or the 80s?
Oh, man.
Now, the 70s had a lot of color and style and paint, but the 80s, big windows, pop up. Different things were options in the 80s. So
Wasn't that 70s a shaggin' wagon?
That's what your brother would say. I think your brother had a shaggin' wagon. Did your brother actually have a bed in the back? Or a couch?
No, I think...
Because he did have the shag carpet all over.
He did, but he had like benches, I believe, all around on the side.
That's called a couch.
Okay, well...
So you got a bench all the way around.
I think he made them. For some reason,
Does that not count then if he makes them?
All right. I'm trying to remember. Remember, I was only like 5 or something when he did it.
Well, guess what? The 70s are winning hands down. The 70s conversion vans compared to 80s conversion vans, not even close. Not even a close competition. If you look at all the answers and all the things submitted on all the platforms, that's 3 Facebook pages, Instagram, all across the board, everybody picks the 70s.
Wasn't the 80s more going toward a family van? Like they were going towards...
Yeah, I'm sure that
the 70s were not a family van.
No, if you saw a conversion van in the 70s, you knew a swinging dick like the Sun Valley Fox was the one driving it. You saw a conversion van in the 80s, there's a good chance that a guy in his 30s was taking his family to Disneyland or to the river. Different vibe, I guess. But, man, when you just talk about straight-up plush conversions, the 70s are kicking ass.
There's a Ron Riffle on YouTube.
Ron Riffle.
Says, my van had a water bed.
Okay, that's impressive.
You
had a van. Well, he didn't say 70s or 80s.
No, he didn't.
You said a waterbed. You had to custom build that shit. You didn't order that as a conversion thing. No. You had to build that shit. A waterbed. Wow. Well, just letting you guys know that it's an unofficial poll. It's an unofficial thing. Not like the movies. The movies were very official. Hard rules, counted the votes, led to an election, and who got elected, you saw the results. This one, pretty informal. But either way, the 70s just blew them away. It wasn't even people that were like kids from the 90s are going 70s. They skipped right over the 80s. We weren't even talking about it. We have been invited to go to attend a UFC fight in Carson this Saturday, just a few days from now. So we're going to go. Kid's going to go. Dr. McDreamy's working the fight there, and he's getting us some passes. We're going to get to meet everybody and hang out. It's going to be a good time. It'll be an event. We'll go have some food and hang out with everybody. But I want you guys to know that we have been spreading our wings, as you say, in the Nevada territories. Genoa, Gardnerville, Minden, Dayton, Carson City. We've been exploring. We've been doing some stuff, walking the streets, shaking hands, meeting people, and checking out the locale. And one of the things that always intrigues me is there is a lot of history and a lot of places you can walk in, and there are things to look at and people to explain to you the history of the area. So maybe this will be considered vindication for your brother, because all the stories he's told me about how long he's lived here and how far back and the people he knew, like I didn't believe he knew Kit Carson. I mean, he's like, Kit Carson, the big lodge they built up on the Carson Pass, they almost named it the Sun Valley Fox Pass, but Carson won on. And Kit Carson, Sun Valley Fox, it was almost the Fox Pass, but it turned out to be the Kit Pass. But I helped him build that log cabin up there. In fact, I can point out some of the imperfections of the side of the cabin he built. It's not right. On my side's good.
Okay.
Thought he was full of shit on that, but I was in one of the places in Carson City. They are steeped in the history of this area. Pictures all over the walls. And I saw this one. And it was titled, Life Was Hard in the 1800s here in Carson.
Wow.
And I looked at that, and there's a little sheet and a paragraph, and you can read on that. And of course, the docent comes up and says, "Oh, I noticed you're looking at the picture there." And I was like, "Yeah." And I said, "That guy in the back looks familiar." And they said, "Oh, yeah, that's the Sun Valley Fox." And I went, "I know that guy." And they said, "Sure you do." I said, No, he's my brother-in-law." They're like, "Right, sure he is." He said, "No." And sure as shit, there he is. This was at a jail. This was many pictures around here. This is a jail. He was a volunteer deputy in that jail, and I don't know who took the picture, but I think this was around 1800 or so. That's about 1800. And he's there. So there is some vindication there for the Sun Valley Fox. And those of you who attend the barbecue this year, you're going to get to meet him in person. Sun Valley Fox and St. Donna are hosting this year's barbecue at the Foxhole, but he'll be there. I was really amazed. But you notice something in the picture. He's still got that grumpy ass look he's got even today.
I want to know where his hat is.
I don't know. He must have set it down. Maybe he was doing something. Okay. But I'm just letting you know that it's a real thing. So that was a picture we saw in there. I thought I'd take something for you guys. Pass that along. There's nothing wrong with passing along a little Nevada history. Also, I tried to tell you guys that I'm going to hide puzzles. And if you send in your answer first, you get a little something, something. So I hid this. At the bottom of our website, this picture, and you click it, it takes you to the place. You know how many? It's been up for about a week. You know how many people have found it?
How many?
One person has found it, finished it, and sent in the results. Dragon Slayer Jade. She's the only one. This couldn't have been that hard to find, but you fuckers. So you know what guys don't get? All of you don't get a prize. All of you get nothing. She's going to get something. We're going to send her something in the mail. You know who's going to get nothing? You. Because you didn't bother to go fucking look. We'll put it now. This one's been found. So over the next 3 or 4 days, I think you're taking a shot at this, aren't you?
I am.
You're going to make the next word search or the next crossword. And we're not telling you when it goes live. You got to go fucking look.
Gen X Mom is making the next one.
She's making the next one. It'll probably be in the shape of a heart or something like that.
Something
or
pretty.
A clover. But you guys, one person. I was hoping that there'd be like 60 or 80 entries, and I have to go back. Well, let's see who got it first. No, that wasn't hard for me at all. There was one person. All right, so here's where we're going to get to the fun part of the show. Let me...
Can I say some sheets while we're
Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Chris Coe gifted 1 membership on YouTube.
Thanks,
Sweets
Chris.
is a member for 29 months tonight on YouTube. Sweets, $2.79. Who is it? She's trying to figure out who the
$2 whore is. Yeah,
$2 hoe
okay,
is.
You see how everything's blocked down here right now? You need to put in... Someone needs to put in like $21. A blue diamond will blow this out and then put in some $2 stuff, and it'll fill up, and you guys can check.
We already have some guesses.
Okay, go.
Christina Dvorak, is Shadows Grow Longer the $2 hoe?
She's wrong.
Wow.
Come on.
Cara Brat, my husband is the $2 hoe. Shadows Grow Longer.
She wishes. You're not married to this guy, but you wish you were. You know you were.
Christina Dvorak for $5 says it's just a spicy sauce added to it, to the McDonald's thing.
Well, how would she know? Did you make the sauce, Christina Dvorak? Have you already sampled it? Were you part of the beta test? I'm bringing you the cutting edge information that no one else has.
Except Mike Peterson, who said a public service announcement. The McDonald's breakfast changes started this morning. Looks like a stop to McDonald's is in this morning. So.
Oh, for Christ's sake. You guys, I was in the middle of a perfectly good lie, and you guys fucked it up for me. Thank you.
Sweets is reporting in is Ben Matlock the $2 hoe.
Now, how am I going to get someone to drop in $21, disturb the jar, and then add people to get $2 more so we can see who it is when Sweets is around?
Yeah, I know.
What? Sweets, you just fucked up the whole thing. Okay, so you fucked up my McDonald's. Now I'm 0 for 4. You fucked up the Ben Matlock thing.
Never lost a case.
In the jar. So now I'm 0 for 5. I'm going to have to go back and change the title of the show to 0 for 5.
I'm sorry.
Or 0 for 6.
Hobo Rob Prospecting, member for 15 months tonight. Chris Coe for $10. 80s were mini RVs, the vans.
Chris Coe, mini RVs. Yeah. Getting there. I'd agree with that. Little fridges and stuff. Yeah.
Scott Royston gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships tonight. So we've had quite a few new members tonight.
I posted a personal thing about Scott today. I don't know if you saw that on the member site about his flag, his oil painting.
I did not see it.
And I was scrolling through I was scrolling through Facebook, and something came up. I think it got damaged in shipping. You know, he shipped it off to that competition. He shipped it off, I think it was to Montana. There's a big oil painting exhibit there, and his was going to be showing. It looked like when they opened it up from his shipping where it was destroyed. It looked like it was all broken and damaged for real.
Oh, shit.
So we may have to get a little verbiage from Scott on that. Scott, I hope not. I hope your thing didn't get ruined in transit, but I'm just saying that didn't look good.
Wow.
Anyway.
So, Sun Valley Fox is checking in. He had a red Dodge van and no bench, 4-inch padded red carpet. He goes, they loved it.
4-inch padded carpet? Then that was one big fucking bed is all it was. 4-inch padded carpet. That's the bed right there. He had 6 feet by 8 feet of just padded goodness.
Scott Royston is checking in. The frame was damaged, but the painting is okay.
Oh, thank God. I told you it got damaged. What a horrible thing. You spend all that time making an oil painting, you put it in the mail and submit it as an entry to be evaluated, and then your shit gets fucked up in transit. God damn it. All right, are you all cut up? You threw fucking up my whole day?
Oh, I am?
Yeah, good. The I am is the answer I was looking for. All right, so here we go. I have the phone. Now, here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to show you a picture on the screen, and you're going to text your answer. If you are the first one to answer correctly with what I'm showing you on the screen, I'm going to call you, and I'm going to send a picture to your phone at the same time I put it up here. There's about a 30-second delay, so you got about 10 or 15 seconds where I know you're not cheating. Because some people watching this are going to put up the answer in the comment, and I know that's what you guys do. You're like, oh, I'm on the air right now. Let me look at the picture. What is the picture? I don't know what that picture is. I don't know what that picture is. What does the comment section say? And then you answer me that way. You're a bunch of cheating assholes, every one of you. It's only because you're drunk, you're high, you're stoned. You're not in your right mind, or you would not treat me the way you're doing it. Very hurtful. You ever see a big guy like me cry? I'll fucking do it right now. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you some stuff on the screen. You guys are going to text your answer to the phone. First one gets a phone call back. If you answer the phone call version correctly, guess what? You win a prize. We got some stuff we pulled out of storage. We're going to be giving you some nostalgia stuff from way back, and there's stories that go along with it. So it's a good gift. You just got to be part of it. Here we go. Okay. This is let's do an easy one. Tell me what this item is. I'm sure they still make them, but this one's back from the 40s and the 50s, probably more heavily used in the 60s and 70s. But tell me what this item is. Text it to 805-460-5603. Text your answer right now, 805-460-5603. If your answer is the first one, then let's see. Clicking over right now so I can get to where they're coming in. Answers are going to come in. What is this? And I will call you back. All right, now they're coming through. Whoa. Everything coming through here. Not sure which this is. I saw it on the street last month. And take a pic. That's not it. Cricket says it's a chalk line. No, it's not a chalk line. Although I can see why you'd say that.
I can see that too. I know what that is.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you answer? Because I've got all the answers in here right now. I'm ready to go. What is that?
Is that a clothesline?
That is not a clothesline. Oh. You are wrong.
Okay.
See, your dad didn't teach you everything. You still need a guy like me around.
Or is it a...
Are you reading the comments?
No. Is it a clutch thing?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Do you see the little flap in the center?
Yeah.
That opens up and you crank it.
Okay.
Now you're really confused.
Yeah.
All right. Strong Mojo says ribbon tape. He's wrong also. Phil's Garage. Looks like Phil. Cricket's trying again. A fishing reel? No, it's not. Phil's Garage got it right. This is a tape measure.
I got it.
You grab that and walk away. Usually these are 100-foot tape measures, and the centerpiece rolls them back up.
The Sun Valley Fox should know that.
He probably did. All right. So heavy hard drive. That's a landmine holder. All right, so Phil's Garage, we're going to give you a call. Make sure you have your phone or your TV or whatever turned down so we don't get any feedback. We're going to put you on right now. Are you there, buddy? Let's call.
Who are we calling right now?
Phil's Garage.
All right.
We've met Phil.
Scott.
Good evening.
Yeah, she's always trying to. Do you hear her just talking away? I put up a picture for the next segment, and I start talking. She goes, "Well, wait a second. I have to leave the picture up there for 10 minutes while she's done talking."
Well, I was trying to fill in the gap.
There's no gap. Okay, there's no gap.
Go ahead.
I got you. Okay, Phil. This is a new way we're trying to approach this. So you got to follow me on this. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to send you a picture to your cell phone. All right, you with me?
Yep.
Okay, when I say go, I'm going to send it to you, but I'm also going to put the picture up here for the audience. Now, there's a 30-second delay, so you're going to get one shot at this before them, okay?
All right.
All right. So what I'm going to show you now is a modified picture of a movie.
Oh boy.
It's a modified picture of a movie, and you're going to get about 10 to 12 seconds to answer. I want to know what movie it's from. Okay?
Okay.
Here
Send
goes.
it.
Here comes yours right now. It is sent to Phil's Garage. I'm putting it up here for the rest of you. All right. Phil, you got it.
Which movie do you want? Because you got Pee-wee's Big Adventure on the left, you got Smokey and the Bandit in the background, and you got looks like Rambo on the right.
You're going to have to it's part of what you said is wrong, but you get one shot. What movie?
You got Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Do you think that's Pee-wee's Big Adventure with Rambo added to it? Is that what you're saying?
Or you got Smokey and the Bandit in
Well,
the
you better
background.
pick, man, because you're running out of goddamn time, Phil, and I love you, but Jesus H. Tap Dancing Christ.
God damn it.
Come on, Phil. What is it?
I'm going Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, my God.
Because Rambo looks superimposed.
Oh, my God. He got it wrong.
Son of a bitch.
Now, hold on. Look at Rambo was being chased by a cop on a motorcycle in First Blood. Remember?
He looks superimposed, though.
But I think the way the guy I didn't modify this picture. I found a guy who did this. I think he took the Rambo, the First Blood, and imposed both of them side by side with the car in the background. But that is the scene from First Blood. It is.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
It's a scene from First Blood. It's not Smoking the Bandit. No. That is right out of First Blood. So that is a First Blood with Pee-wee being added to it. And if you were shooting for shit, you didn't even get a whiff. Not even close, Phil. I love you, but I got to hang up on you now, buddy.
All right, on to the next one.
On to the
Bye.
next one.
Bye, Phil.
All right, so do you see how we play this? If someone gets the right answer, I'll call them and give them a shot at the second one. But the second ones are not easy. You got to have your head on straight. You got to
right.
pull your bootstraps up. All right. So here we go. Dum, 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 dum. I'm going to put it on the screen. You guys need to text my phone. Text the shop phone, 805-460-5603. What was this toy called? Toy from our childhood. What was this toy called? Looking for the first one with the correct answer. I'm waiting for it to buzz in.
I know what that is.
You do?
Yes.
Do you know what their catchphrase
Yep.
was? You do.
I do.
I'm going to ask you in a second. I'm waiting for them to log in now.
All right.
805-460-5603. What was this toy from our childhood? Dum-dum-dum. Oh. Steve Plum was one of the first runs, and he wrote weekly. I think his
Fat
phone...
finger typed.
His...
Sorry there, buddy.
Oh, my God. All right. So I have a number in here who was first. Christine Matlock says they're nesting dolls.
No.
No, Christine, they're not nesting dolls. You are a Russian plant. You are a Russian plant. You know what? Ben Matlock's going to go, how the fuck did you mess that up? Never lost a case. All right. The person who won this, I'm scrolling back down here. They don't have a name. They just had their number in here, a 289 area code, but they got it right. I guess. Oh, you know who I think this is? I think this is Sweets, but she got it right. What are they? Gen X Mom.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. And these are Weebles. So this one is Sweets. I didn't know it was Sweets. I don't have her names, or it's a different phone number. I'm going to call Sweets, and we're going to give her a second question.
All right.
Let's call Sweets.
Just calling Canada.
Calling Ontario, Canada.
Sweets.
Did Did she just grunt at me? Hi, Sweets. Are you there?
Yes, I said hello.
Oh, all I heard was, All right. So you got Weeble, Sweets, but now I'm going to send to your phone the next one here. Okay. I'm going to send it to this phone and I'm going to put it up for everyone to see. So you can't cheat because you're not going to be able to go and ask everybody for help. No. All right. Let me find the picture I'm looking for here and going to send it right to your phone. We'll give you, this is going to be a tough one now. I don't want you whining and complaining at me.
They're always tough ones for me.
All right. I'm going to, let me find it on here. I think that's fair. That's a good one. That's a good, strong one there. We did Carson City Life. We did this. We did the tape measure. And here we go. Okay. I'm going to send it to you first right now. You ready?
Ready.
All right, Sweets. It's now on your way. You have the picture in your possession. I'm turning it on for our studio audience and those who are playing along at home. Please identify what this object is. You got 12 seconds.
It's an alarm clock.
Wow.
An alarm clock.
I really thought that would throw her on that.
That's an old school.
That is a
alarm
really
clock.
old school alarm
I
clock.
think I have
No,
one.
no, because that used to wake me up.
Sweets is all, I have thrown this motherfucking thing across the room more than once. I have a relationship.